I think it's all good.
We're good. We're live.
I'm hoping. I'm living in hope, mate. I am living in hope. So let's quickly have a quick look. Are we up on stream?
How you been anyway, Hitter? What games you been playing lately?
Ah, yes, we are live. Okay, cool. We're on Twitch at least. YouTube Studio. Let's go live. And looks like
Oh wow.
we're up and running, mate. Oh, yep, here we go. Oh, yeah. We're all good.
Hitter had to do a fresh install of Windows. Now he's downloading all his games again.
Uh,
Cold War, Modern Warfare, and Warzone are the hard ones.
Feel your pain, brother. Did the same on the weekend, which I'll talk about in a minute. Welcome, everyone, to...
Welcome, everybody.
Yes.
All decked out, flipping spuds.
The flipping spuds, and me as Puna being a spud. I don't even have... Look at this. Look how disorganised I am. I don't even have a background. But anyway, we'll put it...
CarX Drifting. Is that the one on your phone? If not, I'm gonna look it up on Microsoft. Tell me where to get it. I love a good drifting game.
There's nothing as good as a drifting... Oh, I don't know about drifting. Drifting, you need a bit of a... You need a steering wheel, I reckon. It's a
They ported it to console and Steam.
Cool. Alrighty. So, mate, how was the weekend?
Mine was all right. Well, when we get started on last Wednesday after the show, we had a Tuesday. Wednesday, cutting some concrete and ended up getting some dust in my eye, and then by the end of the day, it become red raw and real itchy, and I had to go to hospital and get my eyes washed out.
Oh, damn.
So that was an experience and a half.
Imagine.
Sitting in emergency for, geez, how long? I think probably 5 hours it was.
Wow, that sucks.
It did a little bit, but...
So was that at Frankston or Dandenong?
Frankston.
Wow, okay. And how long did you wait?
I got in straight away because I told them what had happened, and they got me in straight away. But then they put like about half an hour to get set up, and they put like a little contact lens, and it's got like the drip, and it sort of flushes saline through your eye, and that took about an hour and a half. I watched the State of Origin game during that time, and then they decided they were happy, and they had a look, and they thought, oh, there's a bit of stuff in the other eye. Let's watch the other eye. So then another hour and a half later, washed that eye, and yeah,
that's good.
An hour to get the paperwork, and then come home at 1 o'clock in the morning. Off to see the specialist at 11 o'clock.
Wow. Okay. And all good?
Yeah, all good. He gave me the all clear. He goes, I don't need to see you again. It should heal up pretty good, and you can drive again and you can go back to work. It was happy days.
Oh, okay. And boss would have been happy.
Yeah, he was happy. Straight off to work I went, and then got a couple of jobs sealed and headed home. And then lockdown's extended and lockdown over the weekend, so I didn't do a whole lot on Sunday. So
you're still working though?
Yeah, still working. Construction's still essential, apparently. Essential for the government to get money, I think.
Essential to be friends with the union, I think. But anyway,
that's just probably it.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. That's not what the show's about. Wow, I'm actually really impressed with this PC, like this streaming PC. Like usually when I'm on the Intel one, it's kind of the stream health goes like that. This is like going excellent connection and mate, just motoring at full speed. So very happy with that.
That's good.
But for myself, I really didn't do much. I basically spent most of the weekend trying not to tear my hair out with the stream PC.
Yeah.
I just couldn't, for some reason, my 280 mil kept going, why is the one fan not working, and why do I suddenly not able to get the lights? So I kind of kept looking and looking and looking, and yeah, like it just didn't didn't happen. No, I was like I couldn't figure it out, and finally I pulled the fan out. So I thought, oh, here we go. I'm gonna have to take the cooler out and put. So I figured out what I'd do is um, I'd pull the fan out and have a look. So obviously got to cut all the little clips all the little you know zip ties you've done. Yeah, at some point I clipped the wire on the fan. So I got a mate of mine who's a bit of a solderer. I said to him, "Oh, what do you reckon? You can have a crack at fixing it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'll have a go. Just bring it over." So doing a bit of a swap over. I'm going to give him a Telstra box, which I don't use anymore, and he's going to do some soldering for me. So
Oh, nice.
yeah. So I'm hoping it works out okay. I'm hoping it's all good. But yeah. So what I did was, luckily, I had a really nice old just a spare Be Quiet fan. So I pulled that out, put that on the back of the case, it's a 120mm fan. And I just and the 140 I had on the back of the case, I replaced that onto the cooler because they were exactly the same fans. And then finally fiddling around with the IQ software, and I know now why some people have a bit of hate for the Corsair IQ software, because I had to go in the settings and actually pick what was running the RGB and drop down menus. Once I figured that out, all of a sudden it lit up like a Christmas tree. And if you've gone and checked out our socials, you would have seen on the Flippin' Spuds Insta page, I posted some photos of it, and it looks amazing. I'm really impressed with the Corsair fans, but even the Intel system, I put the Cooler Master. Remember I got the RGB hub?
Yes.
Yeah. If you got Cooler Master fans, get yourself one of those. They are amazing. Like, really easy. You just bang bang. You just clip in your fans for the RGB, and mate, and they've got like RGBs next to the power connector. You just plug both of them in it, and it's magnetic, which no one else besides Cooler Master I'm aware of does a magnetic one. And you just put it on the back of I put it on the inside of the case, and then what I do is I just so it stays there, and it's all nice and flush and neat and tidy, and the only minor criticism I have is for the gigabyte board, and this might be more of a gigabyte thing than a Cooler Master thing, but the plug for the RGB is really loose, so you've got to be really careful about. It's easily knocked, so if you touch something in there, you don't. Because I was having it, I'm like, oh my god, I cannot believe 2 out of 2 PCs I can't get the RGB to work. And then I'm like, oh, hold on. And then I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. And I clipped it in, and it was like, bang, it all come up. And one of the RGB fans on the back of this thing, which is 120mm, looks really nice. It works a bit harder though than the Corsair, so it's a little bit louder. But now both machines, the Intel one, when I'm playing Cyberpunk, you can hear her going.
Yeah.
But that's more. I think that's just the 3080, just ramping up.
It has just put the Molex connector on my front panel. On my front panel, one of the pins is done for, so my CPU RGB fan is not lit up.
That sucks. Not much you're going to be able to do about it, because especially with cases that can't get spares, man. Like, you can, but yeah, not something like that. Like, you're better off, to be quite honest, like there's some. I think I showed you the other day. Where was it? Someone had my H500P case. What was it? One. I think it was Senecom. They've ended the sale, but
yeah,
I already saw Scorp Techs put up a sale.
PLE.
Oh, was it PLE? There you go.
Yeah.
So if you want another case, mate, just go and check out PLE. Like, you just transfer it over if you want, because I'm telling you now, the H500P mesh case. It's big, it's solid, but it's very easy to work in. It's got plenty of cable routing, lots of different options to route stuff in, And mate, those two. And the thing is, the one that PLE selling is the one with the 200mm ARGB fans, whereas the one I initially got was the one, and I think you've got the 200mm fans now, but they
I do.
They were just RGB fans. They weren't ARGB fans. And it was, and what happened was, I did pull the, so I put the I also put the Cooler Master fan on the back of the Intel system on the weekend. And it was really interesting with the Intel system. I went to move the fans from the, like, you know how I had them on top? You'll see the photo that comes through the glass really nice. I thought, but inside the PC itself, it's actually quite dark because I don't have any RGB RAM. It's just dark, like it was cheap RAM I got from Cal. And I was just like, I'm like, it's a bit... I thought, I'll move the fans inside. No. Not going to happen. Because the H500P, like, it has this cutout about that high, and the radiator literally sits up inside it, and then the fans. So it gives you about a gap of that much on the, between the motherboard and like the motherboard heat sinks. So the 140mm fans easily fit, no problem. So on the inside of the case, so the AMD case is all on the inside, as you can see the photos. But this one's flat because it's designed specifically, I think, to have the fans. I think if they're 120s, so if it was a 360mm rad at the top, I think they would just fit. 140 don't. They're too thick, and I'm talking by millimeters on the heatsink. And I'm like, I'm like, oh, okay. So I put the fans back. So I put the fan back on top and just left it the way it was. I'm like, no big deal. It's just an aesthetic thing. So, but yeah, they're both all nicely tidied up. And I did do some benchmarking. I'll post some stuff up on socials this week because that 5950X is, like, if you're doing multitasking, it is a beast. Oh my god. I've done a very minor overclock, and I've got a funny feeling when I ran Cinebench, I had all these other background programs running as well. So I think if I took them all out, it would probably hit over.
Do even better again.
Yeah. I've seen like a 300-400 point score. So it scored 28,954. To give you an idea, my 3900X scores around, I think it's about 19, 18, 17 to 19. I think I've got 19 really pushing it, and I got lucky on the run. But I think on average, it's about 17. I ran Gabe's, I did a minor overclock just before the show on his 5800X. And that, even that only goes up to, I think it was just over 15 and a half on R23 Cinebench. So even that, like, that's not far off from a 3900X, man. Like, that's pretty, a lot of grunt when you think about it.
Probably ran the same price as the two of them, aren't they?
Well, 5800X is actually cheaper than a 3900X at the moment.
Oh, it is. It's
slightly, cheaper. Not by much.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's interesting. But I've done runs on the 10700K, and I think the 10900K, I think that's sat around the same as the 5800.
Yep.
So it's not bad.
That's good.
But you got to remember the AMD chip's doing it with 8 cores, 16 threads, and that's a 10 core. I have to figure a little bit more out about what voltages you can use on that 10900K and stuff, because I've seen people stably running them on 5.2, 5.3 gigahertz and on all cores. I haven't. 5, and then as soon as I try and push over 5, the temps they're just too high.
Yeah,
it just doesn't cope. But I was really impressed with 5800X because I was like, 4.5, and I know the 3900X, 4.2, 4.3, 3 if you wanted all day, every day happiness. But otherwise, it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't. It wasn't happy.
Yeah.
It would just it just couldn't cool itself enough with the. But even I was never a real fan of my. I had a 360 AIO from Thermaltake, and I was never a huge fan of it. I was like, not a fan of this thing. It's not crash hot. I'm actually a fan now because because the mounting mechanism on that is actually amazing, because I figured out how easy it is. Because what it is just like one end is like it's a bracket, and then one end you just hook into the AMD AM4 bracket, and the other end is actually the hole where you just grab the other end and you put it underneath, and you just leave it there, and then you just, when you clip it over, you let the screw go in, and all you got to do is really push down and then grab the bolt and just get the bolt in there so it winds up. Look, it can be a bit fiddly, but the more often, like if you do it a couple of times, it's actually quite easy, and it's a lot easier. Like the AMD one, I actually with the Corsair ones, I had to get Amelia to give me a hand because, like I said, can you just hold these two screws here, and then I put it on, and then I quickly did the bolts, and I said, yeah, I'm done now, and then kind of tightened them on either side. It wasn't amazingly difficult, but it was just so much easier with two pairs of hands.
Yeah.
So for those interested, the 5950X is running with 64 gig of G-Skill Trident Neo RAM at 3600 megahertz. It's got CL16. It's got an X570 ROG Crosshair Hero 8 motherboard. I've got the 8+4 CPU connectors on it because I've got a 1200 watt power supply sitting in that sucker.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that board is a premium, like it runs around the same money as the X570 Master, but it only has 2 NVMe slots on the motherboard.
Oh.
I was genuinely surprised that was the case. Minor thing. But some of the software...
It is like download more watts.
Yeah, download more watts. Yeah, 1200, mate. H500P mesh case, as I mentioned. Cooled by a so I've got, both of them have got these. A H115i 280mm RGB platinum cooler. Now, with those coolers, at one stage, they were actually cheap. I just went on today and they're back to over $200, and I got mine for, I think, $179. But I spew because there's a Capelix version of those that comes with an RGB Commander Pro fan hub, and I didn't realize. I should have bought that one, but anyway, doesn't matter. But great coolers, like really good coolers, really solid coolers. 2 140mm fans, great cooling. Like I said, I've got these things overclocked decently, and mate, they keep the temps nice and chilled and happy. And it's got the stream machine's got the 2070 MSI GP in it. It's like a Gaming Z, but I think it's got a little bit of RGB on it, but I don't know, it's a strange one. It's the only GP version I've heard of in the 2070. I've never heard of it like in the 1660 Supers, Gaming X or Gaming Z. So I don't know. It might have been at the tail end of when they were changing over their naming scheme, MSI.
Yep. But
again, like for most games, that's going to be plenty. For streaming, heaps, and video editing, not a problem. So at some stage, I'm thinking, do I chuck the 3080 in there and see what 3D Mark score I can get? But yeah, not too fussed. And then it's got also the AverMedia streaming card, which I'm not using at the moment. I'm struggling to figure out how to use that. So anyone who knows how to run a 2 PC setup through a streaming card, hey, reach out. I'm happy to take advice. It's not my wheelhouse. Otherwise, YouTube, my
have you
friend.
tried? That's what I was going to say. Have you tried YouTube?
YouTube's going to be my friend, I think. To be quite
Yeah.
honest, that's my next step, is to just go. How do they? I mean, I've watched the setup video, and I'm like, okay, but the bit I'm struggling with is understanding. Like, I can't trying to get sound, making sure that this gaming sound is coming through the headset as well as. But I think you gave me a hefty hint today about how that could work.
Okay.
So, where you can feedback and hear it, and so I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I think it'll be a weekend thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, mate, did you see? Moving on topics, changing gears a bit. Did you see the news on the new Steam Deck?
No, I did not.
Yes. Worth checking out. I haven't read too much about it. But the Steam Deck is basically a handheld device by Steam, and run through Valve. So you can imagine what my understanding is that you're going to be able to run your Steam library through that.
So it's like a Switch, theoretically.
Yeah, correct. It's meant to be a rival to the Switch, but a lot of people are coming out saying suggesting this could possibly be a Switch killer.
Yeah.
Already massive amount of pre-orders. The 512 gigabyte model, which isn't due in Australia till third quarter. I was reading next year.
Well,
People have already pre-ordered it.
If they run it like a Switch, it could almost be a console killer. If you just slot it in, bang, it's on your TV. There's your controller.
Yeah, I don't know too. Let me see if I can quickly find the specs. Because I ran out of time. Steam Deck. Yeah, that's the one. Steam Deck specs. No, that's this. No.
I was looking at the PC Gamer write-up, but I couldn't see anything in there. Press start. What's that called? Oh, the Steam Deck is already being sold by scalpers for ridiculously prices overseas.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Here we go. Steam Deck specs. Yeah, PC Gamer. I've gone in there. What are the? Okay, here we go. So AMD Zen 2 processor, 4-core, 4 threads, 2.4 to 3.5 gigahertz. That is beastly for a whole handheld.
Yep. Well, it's sort of like a Ryzen 3, isn't it?
Slaps the bloody Nintendo Switch, I reckon. It's got 8 GPU compute units, 16 gigabyte of RAM, 64 gigabyte of e-storage, 7-inch screen, 1280 by 800 resolution, 60 hertz. Stereo speakers, 3.5mm jack, dual mics, USB Type-C/Bluetooth, connectivity, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB-C with DisplayPort support.
Ooh.
So you're right, you could chuck this you could hook this up to a monitor.
And away we go.
So allegedly, well, the price is $399 for the 64 gigabyte. This is USD dollars, not Australian. Yep. And $529 for the 256 gigabyte storage model, and $649 USD for the 512 gigabyte model. And that's the one that they've said is not going to be here till quarter 4 next year.
What's going on, Hurdy?
And
is that Brosser I see? Eggy the sexy man? He's calling me a sexy man.
Oh. Yeah, so it's no, I don't want you to do that. Let's go to the Australian edition. Do they have anything? Here we go. So basically they're saying it's not a console, it's a portable PC. Wow.
That's pretty good.
A new version of SteamOS, Valve's Linux Linux-based operating system. So it's not Windows-based or Android-based. It's running on Linux.
Welcome,
Wow.
Brosser. If you don't know Brosser, this is Taz's uncle. This is Herdy's in the chat. He plays pool with Taz. I think every Monday night they play pool together. They got a team of 4. I think him and Ryan and.
Oh yeah, because no, well, they wouldn't be playing much at the moment, sadly. But yeah, cool. I think I've met Herdy. Could be wrong. But I know I definitely met Ryan because he did my bloody renovations for the kitchen and the bathroom. So
that's good.
Yeah, very good work. No, really good work him and his brother did. So yeah. Somehow, including a couple of us here at PC Game, managed to reserve a Stream Deck with about 30 minutes after reservations went live. Wow. So this is going to be another one of those where if you didn't jump on this... You know the problem I've got with this, right?
They're already saying Q3 2022.
Yeah, that's right.
Shipping.
Yeah, that's right. My issue with pre-ordering one of these is... You've got nothing to go off. You've got no reviews.
No.
All of it's just the marketing. The specs, I guess, give you an idea, but yeah, I don't know. Because the thing is, I think this is going to be like completely open, like a legitimate open PC, like a legitimate your own PC.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can install Windows on it if you want. Whatever, I think it's going to take games, and that's amazing. I mean, that is, look, let's be honest. I mean, that if I was Switch, so it's only a bit bigger than a bit bigger than a Switch.
Well, he just said I'm back. So we're talking about the Steam. Mm-hmm. What's it called again?
The what is it called? The Steam Deck.
Steam Deck, which is like a handheld PC.
Yep. I reckon that could be massive. If they could actually, if it lives up to the hype and it's not buggy and slow and crap, I don't know. I mean, what's it got? It's got 16 gig of RAM.
Yep. What sort of GPUs it got?
It's got an AMD RDNA 2. So I reckon it'll be something that'll be out of the consoles.
Yeah.
AMD's really getting clever with how they're making sure, like, they're kind of selling to everyone, like what Intel used to do, to maintain some market dominance. So, you know what? They're all about, they're a company. They're there to make money. So keep an eye out, guys. If anyone gets one, let us know what you think. Is it any good?
In a year's time?
Yeah, in a year's time. Yeah, but yeah, and I mean it does only weighs 669 grams, so it's not.
So how much were you saying they were? Like $500 for the.
So $400 US, $530 US, and $650 US. So
because you see them on like eBay and that now between $1,500 to $5,000, they're selling those reservation tickets for.
Yeah, and the moment the Valve finds out, guess what? Anyone stupid enough to buy them is going to have their order cancelled. That will, I guarantee you, because that's what Nvidia and AMD did, and a whole bunch of computer stores when they found out people were scalping.
Yeah.
And all I say to people who are scalping, like, look, reality is you're never going to stop scalpers. The only way you stop scalpers is like what's happening now, and that leads us into our new little, next little segue about crypto. Is not buying the price, and we're starting to see that now with people who've bought a bunch of these GPUs and now are flooding the market on marketplace in Facebook, and no one's buying. I'm seeing a lot of, like, even in the PC selling groups, a lot of laughing emotes at people wanting like $500 for a 4 gig 580.
I see some are asking $400 for a 1060. I'm like, no thanks.
We're talking a 6-year-old card, 5-6-year-old card. Well, why? What? Yeah. Mind you, I think we looked through it last week, and some did still sell, which amazed me.
But yeah, speaking of crypto, we've
Speaking
seen
of crypto,
we've seen a crash happen over the last couple of days. I think he does like 2K for a 2080 Super. Jeez, I've seen them for about 1,000, but I don't know about 2K.
I've seen 1,000
Yeah,
people wanting $1,000 for them, and I'm like,
but then I've seen them. They're sort of dropping down to 850 now.
I remember when I bought one for $799, a 2080 Super. It wasn't even 2080, it was 2080 Super, and it was like, oh wow, that's damn cheap. Now we're not 2 years ago. Which is like what 3060s, 38. So what a 2080 Super would be equivalent to what a 3070 Ti.
Yeah, it's pretty close to it, because that's still the same when how they're marking it, the 3070 when it came out. That's why the 2080s dropped so much when the 3070s come out straight away.
Yeah, well, if you're smart, you would have bought one and probably made a bit of money on it.
Yeah.
So.
It is like I'd buy a 2080 Super for 750, not 2K.
Sorry. Did you say 2070?
Like
3070.
2080 Super. He would pay 250 for 750 for it, not 2,000.
You're still overpaying at 750. Personally, look, in the current market, probably not. If you can get it for 750, you're probably not doing too bad.
Because what's it equivalent to a 3070, and the 3070s are $1,400 at the moment.
Yeah, but again, we know for a fact that those are stupidly overpriced. They launched overpriced. They were $1,000, and everyone was going, "That's ridiculous."
Yeah, they're $400 more, and
yeah, and they're more ridiculous. And the thing is, I think the appetite for people to buy them has just, in Australia certainly, died.
Yeah.
Because I think what we're discovering is a lot of the, as much as people was going, oh, it's not just miners, it's not. It wasn't. It was scalpers and miners.
Yeah.
And now the miners are gone. The smart scalpers have got out. So you're seeing stock levels going up like that very quickly. Because I've found 3080s, plenty of 3080s at the moment.
Yeah. Because the only ones that are paying the ridiculous prices are the miners, because they're the only ones making money off it. The gamers aren't making money off it. So they're not going to pay $2,000 for a bloody graphics card.
No. Well, the thing is, like you said, what's the profitability? Oh, are you still mining at the moment, or?
I am. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's probably about $5 a day or something.
So it's dropped off again, or no?
It's dropped off again. Like wow. It's down like right now, like Cardano's at $1.44, which at this time last week was about $1.80. Bitcoin's at 41,000. This is all in AUD, which last week was around probably close to 47,000. Ethereum's down to 2,460, which was about 2,800 last week. And then, like when it first was going up, like to the middle of May, it was up around $5,000. And I think you even tried your rig mining for a couple of days, and I was getting $15 a day, and I was doing $10 a day now. If I was doing it, it's $2 a day.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you're looking at it here at the moment. I mean, I'm just looking at it live on the screen, and Bitcoin's at 40, Ethereum's at 2. Wow.
Yeah. So Ethereum's like down 5% overnight. Well, they reckon that the stock market seemed a bit of a crash, or everyone's gone extreme fear in the stock market, and it's sort of carried over to
crypto.
Yeah.
Where people are just selling off and trying to get cash.
Yeah. But then like January, February, March, April, May, it all sort of went up to about the mid of the month, then it died back down, and it started to goes up again to the mid of the month and dies back down. So I'm thinking maybe it's doing that. It's starting to do that again. Like I had that crash over May, and it's sort of up and down for the last 2 months, and now it's gone back into the market where it goes up for the first 2 weeks and crashes down 10 to 15, maybe even 20%, and then it slowly makes its way back up to go a little bit higher next month just to crash again. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just looking here, and you've got like Cardano's even down at like $1.41.
Yeah,
Um,
because I'm just going off CoinSpot prices, and CoinSpot, their buy price and sell price. Their buy price is probably 3% over what the market price is, and the sell price is probably 3% under. So there's usually like a five cents in Cardano, and then I think there's like a couple of thousand in Bitcoin and a couple of hundred in Ethereum.
yeah,
So they have a bit of slippage to cover their expenses.
yeah. So yeah, I'm watching what's this? Crypto prices powered by stockmarket.in. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's an Indian website. Yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, but here, yeah, I'm watching in AUD, and yeah, it's like, yeah, 40. Is that right? Crypto's
Yeah.
at 40. Yeah, and
Well, Bitcoin's at 41.30
yeah,
right now, or 41.108, and that's on CoinSpot, and the sell price is 40,800.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so yeah, this is saying 40,500 and something. So I think it's just dead live. But interesting, yeah. Dogecoin's like down at 22 cents.
Yep.
Because that was at like 50, 60 cents at one point.
Yeah, it was like
It was
when
like,
Elon went on Saturday Night
we'll
Fever.
take it.
Yeah, when it was on Saturday Night Live, that's when it launched to the highest. I think it got almost close to 90 cents or something. Then it come crashing down, and that's when everything come crashing down. Because like 3 days later, that's when he said that he wasn't going to accept Bitcoin for Teslas, and started the descent.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said to you, I really don't know whether this is going to be one of the biggest scam. Like, is this going to be the next coffee bean debacle? Where it's just something was assigned a value, and suddenly people have woken up and going, well, actually, it's actually got no value. And suddenly overnight, it just bang, and all of a sudden these. And again, the sad part about crypto is like anything else, and people should not kid themselves. The stock market's exactly the same. The only people who don't suffer out of a market that collapses are the extremely wealthy, because they already know. They're in the know. Oh, no, we're fair. No, there's no insider trading. How do you know over a coffee some guy meets with his rich mate and goes, you need to sell this stock, mate?
Well, even that Wall Street bet stuff, when they shorted those big companies shorted the I can't even remember
GameStop.
That's it. GameStop shorted GameStop. They shorted it 140% or something, like more than what it was worth, or more than the money that was in it.
It's still ridiculous. It's still like 200. Because there's a guy called Brett from UFD Tech. Hot News he does, and he does the stonks crypto stonks update, and he does the crypto, and he does the stonk investment ones, and one of them he talks about all the time is AMD, the Cinema Mob, and GameStop.
If it's named Brett, I would have changed my YouTube to Wall Street Bretts.
Oh wow! If he did that, yeah, it's at 173 US, so it's come significantly off.
Yeah, but I think it was down to like $8 or something when they first started getting it, wasn't it?
Oh, there we go. You learn something new every day, Eggy. Guess who they own?
Guess who?
GameStop own. This is why we don't know GameStop in Australia, but we do.
EB Games.
Spot on, my friend, and Zing.
Yep. I knew they were together. EB Games and Zing.
Yeah. EB Games and Zing own you, but I didn't know that was all owned by GameStop in the
Makes
US.
sense,
so, but it does make sense. But interesting why they didn't use the GameStop name in Australia and why they went with Electronics Boutique, because that's what they started as. I have a funny feeling though.
Maybe GameStop was taken in Australia.
Possibly, yeah. That's a possibility too. But I have a funny feeling that EB Games. Yep. Oh yeah, no. Yep, was started as Electronics Boutique in 1977 in Pennsylvania, US.
Now, speaking of,
Oh, there you go. I knew that must have been what happened. So in 2005, Electronics Boutique and GameStop merged, and that's when you went from seeing Electronics Boutique being the name to EB Games.
yep,
So there you go. Yep. 1 point. Wow. They paid $1.144 billion.
jeez,
And it's like those boys who own bloody JB Hi-Fi, and then along came Woolies and said, "We'll buy it off you for X amount," and they were like, "We'll take your money." Adios.
10 years time there'll be Steam, or there'll be
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's interesting. Have you walked into like an EB Games and stuff and looked at like, or even JB Hi-Fi looked at the PC section?
No.
There's nothing there. There's no games. Like there's like a handful of games. Like it's recently released or really old stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the old stuff, like I think I saw Ghost Recon. What what is it? Not Call of Duty. What's Ghost Recon?
Battlefield. No. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Yeah, Ghost Recon or something. I can't remember. It's part of one of the franchises.
Yeah.
Ghost
What's that other one?
Tom Clancy's. Yeah. Tom Clancy's. Yeah, Ghost Recon. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's something.
Oh, it's the next one was Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which kind of. I
was thinking that other game where it's a shoot like an FPS one where they could turn the guns on when they could. Can't remember. Division? No.
It wasn't Division.
Siege. What's Siege?
Oh,
Rainbow Six.
No, Rainbow Siege 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interestingly enough, like that was like I've seen it in there for like $50, and I'm like, really? For a game that's like $5? When did that come out? That came out. Oh my god, in PlayStation 2. So it came out in 2001. Wow.
Yep. Wow.
What? Okay, so that's Ghost Recon, and then I think they kept like redoing stuff.
So speaking of gaming and crypto, what if I said that there's a coin that came out in May? It's sort of merging the two. It's starting like a gaming currency.
Is it called the Eggy?
No, it's called GMR, which is short for gamer.
Yeah.
They've just launched today. Actually, they've launched. You could log into their I can't remember what it's called now. Jeez, their gamer platform, but it's somewhere where you could do all your gaming, like you stream from it, and you can pay people in the GMR coin, or like you can tip them or subscribe to them with GMR coin, or you could when you're playing games, you get like say you're playing Fortnite, you battle up in the battle pass and you get this skin, and you don't want the skin, you can sell it on their marketplace for GMR coin, and then you can use that GMR coin to go buy another game. So think of like Steam, but like you can sell assets in the game. You can bet on esports. Say me and you are watching the Call of Duty League and FaZe are going up against Optic Gaming. We could use the GMR coin to bet on that game. Those two playing.
Okay.
Have I sparked you a little bit of interest?
I have to admit, like I'm looking at it going, you know what? Actually, I will talk about something. As much as I give shit about this stuff, I have done something a bit stupid myself. So, bloke and I at work have gone Harvey's into one of those Amazon crate boxes thingies.
Yeah, I did see that. You did tell me about that. Now, tell me about it. What like you don't know, like it's a mystery box. You don't know what's inside. It's just a box of stuff they got lying around they want to get rid of. Is that right?
Don't know, mate. I reckon there's going to be like a whole bunch of sponges in there. I have no idea. I know, yeah, like they've said, look, we guarantee you'll get one of these things in this box. You'll get so some of the stuff sounds okay, but some of the stuff I'm like, I've got 0 inch like portable like small cameras and stuff. I'm like if 90% of that stuff's, and they say, and they're very, look, to be fair, they're like, hey, we're not genies, we're not makers of dreams, but you know what, you could get lucky and something's in there that we randomly put in there that's worth value. I remember Random Frank P used to do this a lot on his channel, and a lot of stuff he pulled out, like half the stuff was junk. Like he'd be like, don't know what I'm going to use this for, but some of the stuff he pulled out was like shit. Like, oh, I got a Nintendo Switch, or I got a really cool camera, or you know, I don't know. We'll see when it arrives. No, it was a bit of money. Harvey's, I think it cost us like $50 or $60 each or something. So,
yeah,
whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, see what happens. You know,
yep.
Like I'm going to get it delivered here, and if it's worth it, I'll sing its praises. If it's not, I'll say, please don't just waste your money. But this GMR thing, going back to your thing here, yeah, I mean, it like, you know, investor wallet and get premium. Yeah.
It's a gaming crypto by gamers for gamers. So they're trying to roll it all into one where you can earn rewards and use those rewards to buy new games, to buy other stuff. Say you're a diehard Warzone fan, but you missed season 2 or the Ghost whatchamacallit. So they could put it on the marketplace and sell it, and you could buy it, and then you could have it in game.
Okay.
But I think they've still got to do a lot of licensing in that, in partnerships with the games and that. But they've started the their own sort of streaming platform they're working on. I can't remember what it's called.
Sounds like a Ponzi scheme to me, my friend.
Apparently, it's
I like the concept.
Certic and Solidity, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. I like the concept. I think it's a great concept that, you know, you play games and there's some stuff that you go, oh, you know what, I'm done with COD, and someone goes, oh, I love that game. Oh my god, like is obsessed, and you might have got some skins because early on you were really into it, and you're like, and it's a good way to go. Oh, you know what? There's Battlefield's coming out. I really want to play that. I really want to get the best version of that game. I'll just sell some of my. I'll sell my assets from COD. I'm not going back to it. And even if I did, I don't care if I haven't got the skins or not. Doesn't affect the way I play the game. Cool. If that works, but I think the biggest issue they're going to run into is there's no money for nothing and the chicks for free, my friend. Publishers aren't going to let them do that for free.
No. But like,
don't want their pound of flesh, mate.
You can sell artwork and that, like NFTs, and they'll do it so you keep getting an income. So every time that thing is sold again, like if you mint something, make it into an NFT, like an artwork or anything like that. Every time that's resold, you'll get a kickback. So yeah. Oh,
look, I like the concept. I think it's a great concept. I don't know how business wise that's gonna. Where they make the money, like they're not. This isn't a charity that they're starting.
No. Well, obviously, when they make a sale, they get a percentage of it. Everything's got an administration fee and a transaction fee, and becoming a member of the site to get discounts. That fee.
Because you sent me the link. There we go.
I did, but then moving on from that, we have the Stingray Dog Collective, which is which is our stable. because we named it after Willem Powerfish. I don't know if you've seen any of his videos, and he's like your stingray looking dog. Is a bit of a laugh. He's a fisherman.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yep. And it's just funny. He hides like he'll park a boat on the side of the road and hide in the back of the boat and wait for someone to try and steal it.
Mm-hmm.
And then as they try and steal it, he'll start throwing chickens at him, like raw raw whole chickens. But speaking of chickens, we did because we're starting a NFT asset group where right now we've got 2 horses. We've got one Riot Racer, which is a racing car, and we just bought 9 racing chickens.
How much are the racing chickens?
I prefer not to say.
Are they a ridiculous amount of money, Iggy? Because you almost could get my interest into racing chickens if they were maybe real.
No, they're not real chickens. They're digital chickens.
Right. Yes, even digital chickens I might be interested in, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
I tried to share my screen, but you won't let me.
Oh.
But
how can I get you to let me share your screen?
So host disable participant to share screen. So Ben started to make up a website for our Stingray Dog Collective.
Hold on, let me have a look here. I'm just gonna have a look. Oh, there we go. Try now. Aha, there we go.
So I'm showing you this is our this is the start of our website, the Stingray Dog Club. So if you go there now, you'll be asked the password to get in. So it's still being made up.
Mm-hmm.
But this is our logo we got made up. It's like our little superhero dog, and not sure if the assets are there yet, but yeah, we're still working on it. That's one of our horses. It's got 5 wins, 9 seconds, and 5 thirds. Bit of merch that might come up in the coming weeks. We'll see.
I love it. You're always working it, Iggy. You're always working it, mate.
Always doing my best. So I think we might be getting some things drawn up, and you might be able to buy your share into the Stingray Dog Collective group.
Very good.
It's more about drinking on Thursday nights, having a couple of beers and watching a few horse races and chatting to each other. So
cool.
we didn't do it last Thursday because I was in hospital the night before, and then I was a bit tired the next day, so I ended up going to bed a bit early. But
don't you wish you had now?
Yeah, and then we kicked it off on Friday night. I forgot to send you the link. Next time I'll send you the link.
Yeah, send me the link, mate. Yeah. We'll go offline and you can tell me how much of the hard-earned that's going to cost, and I'll look for a bit of fun. I'm always up for a bit of fun, I'll be honest. There's worse things to, like I said to my wife, I don't spend money on alcohol, hookers, or cocaine. Got to have a hobby, got to have some sort of hobby, so I might spend a little bit of money on alcohol. I do like a good scotch, I have to admit. But, yeah.
Johnny Walker Blue Label, or?
No, not quite that. If I can find it cheap enough, I'll buy it. But I'm usually, I think when I come out of Sydney Airport, when I went over a month or 2 ago, I must have come through the international section. But when you come through, they actually let you buy stuff as you get off the plane. For $100, I picked a 1 litre bottle up of scotch. I'm like, why did I not buy 2 bottles? Why didn't I just cop it? The grief from the wife and buy 2 bottles, because it was very nice scotch, and for $100, and I think the cheapest I saw it was like $125 or $130 at some obscure online store. But Dan Murphy's and all that, I think it had $140 plus. So kind of a bit, and they were 750ml bottles too. They weren't the 1 litre international bottle. So
do you just have scotch with Coke, or do you have it dry on the rocks?
Either rocks, because it depends. If it's really like strong, you probably want a bit of water with it just to sort of take the edge off. But yeah, I'm quite happy to have it straight. It might, this is why I don't like going out drinking, because when I say, "Oh, can I have a scotch, thanks?" and they give you like that much, Mine might look like that when you put it after the glass, or
Yeah.
maybe like that. But 3 or 4 fingers usually. But I'll have that one glass. Like I won't go and have 3 or 4, unless we're playing Call of Boozy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
You get a bit carried away.
Probably not as much as some people on that boozer call.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I got a bit carried away sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, this is getting wild. Oh, who's gonna flash? Who's gonna flash on stream? Who's gonna do it live and get us all banned? I'm just waiting. I was just waiting for that, and no one did it, and I was disappointed.
Damn it!
Damn!
I had the screenshot ready.
I was ready to clip it. Yeah, but yeah. What games have you been playing this week, mate? You been playing much?
Minecraft. I played last night for about 4.5 hours.
Wow, that's a decent crack.
Oh yeah, because I'm just trying to build a house, and then I think I ended up downloading it on the girls' iPads this afternoon, so they'll be able to join me probably tomorrow night. Too late for them now tonight, but it's like school holidays all over again, having lockdown. They do a bit of schoolwork for a couple of hours,
and and the thing is, the weather's horrendous. Like it's really really bad. Like
I remember
you can't say to them, "I'll go outside and play."
No.
With who and doing what? It's freezing cold. So
I think that was like last lockdown in June, and they ended up having the wife's and my car parked out in the street and having the garage open so the girls could roller skate around in the garage. They could roller skate around. Had the cubby house in there, playing McDonald's. So we'd skate around the
drive-through.
The drive-through. You pull up to the barbecue, because I've got like a little kids barbecue. So you pull up to the barbecue, get your meals, and then it's your turn to serve.
Get on your knees, and then when you go to get up, you're like, this is like, okay. Hey kids, what's that over there? And try to get out of it.
I'm pretty used to it though.
Getting
off my knees. Yeah. Concrete and that, getting onto concrete. Feeling my age today.
Glad you clarify that.
Yeah, I know. Could have gone one or two ways.
That could have been awkward. Like, I'm good off my knees.
Oh, really?
Sure, okay. Good on them as well, I suppose. But yes, no, we just anyone watching, he's talking about he's a concreter. He gets up and down on his knees. Nothing to see here. Move along, people. Move along. So yeah, what have I been playing? I'll jump back on Outriders. I've given Cyberpunk a bit of a crack.
Oh, you have? Sorry, my wife was just showing me her COVID-19 test results.
Positive? Fantastic. You're off work for a week, for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. No. Have a holiday. No, it's good. I think Amelia and Gabe had one done not long ago. Yeah, they came back negative, thankfully. But same here. I think I went through once when I was really running, but most of mine's hay fever, man.
Yeah.
So
I think because the wife works in childcare too, so I think they're a bit more.
Oh yeah, so absolutely.
Like, if something happens, I'll just go get checked out just in case.
Oh, 100%. And you know what? Well, the guy at the MCG who spread it around wasn't feeling shit.
Yeah.
It was only like a couple of days later, he was like, I don't feel the best. Then got checked, and then was like, son of a... Oh, great. Yes, yeah, here we go. Here we go.
I think yesterday it was up to 12 from the MCC. I'm not sure about if any of them were today, but they said there was 13 today, but I think 9 of them were they've been isolating for the whole time they were...
Yeah.
What's it called it?
Yeah, the whole time, yeah. So they haven't spread it to anyone. Look, I know it's not easy, and I know it's not fun. None of us want to be doing this. But shit, do you want to be down the Sydney route? Sydney's like found out the hard way. And what blows my mind about Sydney, they had the first outbreak from their Sydney cruise ship, and they learnt that much from it.
Yeah.
You're like, why not shut your state down and be done with it, and just go, you know what, everyone, we're just going to cop it in the neck for a week or maybe two, and then, you know what, we can start maybe going back to some sort of, at least our kids can go back to school. Because that's my biggest fear is this. A lot of every time it's like, oh, okay, kids need to learn from home. Man, I can tell you, like, Amelia's amazing. Let me just say, like, she's doing the heavy lifting. I'm terrible. I don't have the patience.
Yep.
Because
the same.
There may be points where I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? Or, you know, I don't quite have the patience with him to do it. But the other thing is, he's naturally inquisitive. So, but I can imagine there's some parents, and I think, you know, I know some people who've said, mate, here's your iPad, kid. When you're bored, let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll come and maybe, you know, give you 10 minutes of my time, but I'll just keep working. So, you know, it's not easy. It's not, and I do genuinely fear for the kids when they, you know, like, we're not going to see the effects of this until like 10 years, 15 years down the track.
Yeah.
When these kids go, oh, well, I grew up in COVID, and, you know what, 2, 3, 4 years of my school life, you know, my mum, who, you know, earns minimum wage, you know, was working in a hospital doing orderly work, and my dad, you know, was not around, and yeah, those sort of things where you just worry about, you know, single parents would be struggling, no incomes for people. I mean, you and I are extremely fortunate that we obviously got jobs and we're working. Same with, you know, your wife's obviously still working, and so is mine. But, you know, there's plenty of people out there, mate, where mum and dad aren't working.
Yeah.
They got no money coming in except what the government hands out to them.
Like retail, and then like hospitality and that, like, yeah.
Like if you, you know,
tourism.
Yeah. So if you work, there's so many thousands of industries. So if you work in retail, hospitality, any customer service based role, like we got friends, and she owns her own business, which is a beauty salon.
Yeah, like hairdressers and that, and like, yeah.
She's not making money.
You can't do it, yeah. And like at least some of the retail stores, they can sort of do click and collect or shop online and that.
Yeah.
But then,
yeah, like your Myers, and you know, like, I mean, you know, even a lot of the computer stores at the moment, you know, they're doing click and collect, and it amazes me how quickly you can go, like how good and efficient they've got at doing that.
Yeah.
But there's still nothing like going in there and say, hey, g'day boys, how you going? You know,
yeah.
Oh, what are you buying today?
And then they're like, oh, are you sure you want to get that? You know, in 2 weeks they're going to release this. And then, I'm like, oh, thanks for the heads up. I might hold off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's like, I'll see you in 2 weeks, thanks. And you know what? Even if they're $10, $20 more expensive, you're going to go back and say, those guys gave me the heads up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's an interesting time. You know, we are living history, let's be honest. But hopefully, you know.
Some of the schools are really good. Like, I know my daughters, I think they get on at like 9 o'clock and they talk to the teacher and like the whole class for like an hour and a half or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you need to do this, and this. They go to the apps and do their maths and do something, and then they got like paper, like other like worksheets they need to do, and then
same here.
Yeah, come back at 1:45 and we'll read together for 15 minutes, and yeah.
Oh, Gabe's schools will do the Google Meet in the morning, and the teacher will go, okay, you know, this is what we want you to do. They're pretty easygoing in this. Like, I've heard some, like, I had a friend of mine, she was saying, like, they were copying, like, last lockdown, like the big lockdown, they were copying crap from the PE teacher for not doing enough exercise. She's got a kid with that, like, really bad ADHD. Like, really bad. Like, you know, the type of kid that if you're not watching, will just decide to run out the house and bolt and go, I'm out of here, freedom. And like, she then's got two other kids where she's like, oh crap,
Yeah.
you two need to stay here. I need to go get your sister. You know, so, and yeah, he's giving crap about, oh, well, you know, it's very disappointing that, you know, we're not seeing enough kids doing PE. And she's like, mate, GGF, mate. I've got 3 kids at home. My husband's still working. I'm trying to do some work myself. I got 3 kids.
You're the PE teacher. Why don't you
Mate, why don't you grab that judgment?
Online, or do an online dance routine.
Mate,
You could do with the kids.
exactly. It's like, mate, you can grab your cup of judgment, mate, and you can shove it where the sun don't shine. And I don't mean your nose or your ears. You know, it's... Yeah. I mean, everyone's doing their best. And you know, like I admit, mate, during the day, I struggle to work. Because you're you know, like Gabe will constantly in and out, or I'll overhear him talking, like having some sort of barmy with my wife because he's not doing as he's told, and I've got to get up and I've got to get involved. But you know, like I always say, let's put this in perspective. You know what? Go talk to the people in 1942 to 1945 who lived in London and literally couldn't leave their house, or if they had to go to the shops to go get food, had to have a ticket to do it, or starve to death, or 2, someone could drop a bomb on their head. We don't have that bad.
No.
Now go talk to some poor soul in, you know, lives in bloody Syria or Lebanon or Iraq, mate, where they haven't got food, they don't know who's shooting who, someone come into their house and accuse them of being a, you know, Western informant or whatever, and just, or, you know, accuse their daughter of enticing someone to be immoral and behead her. You know, let's and that's why I always say to people, somebody have to have perspective. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, it's crap, but that's because we're so used to having such a fantastic lifestyle in Australia that we're so blessed to have.
Yeah.
But that's about it for me, mate. I don't have any PC part bargains this week for anyone because there really isn't any, to be quite honest. I mean, I have seen AMD chips drop off a bit in price, so 5800s come from $699 down to about, I think I've seen them as low as $639.
Yeah.
$629. Of course they have, now that I've bought everything. And I think I worked it out the other day. I think I paid like $60 more for my 5950X than what they are at the moment. So I reckon around Christmas we might start seeing some parts come down in price, but I have noticed RAM's gone up. Storage isn't too bad.
Yeah.
RAM's funny. If you want 16 gig, it is cheap as you like just over $100.
Yeah.
But if you want 32 or 64, it gets expensive. Like it starts. I remember used to be able to buy 32 gig of, like, what was it? The G Skills, like the black stuff, like real basic RAM, 3200. And it was like under $200 for 32 gig.
Yep.
Yeah. 32 gig now, the cheapest I can see. I think I've seen it for $239.
Oh wow! And that's just for the plain black, no RGB in that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And if you're on RGB, you start creeping up in price. Like you start, I think on Amazon there was like $249 or $259 for some RGB RAM. I think it was Patriot RAM, but that's about it. There wasn't really anything else.
No.
But yeah, so there's really nothing out there to suggest to people to, yeah, go buy this or go buy that. It really isn't. Like I wish I could say there was, but wow. We'll have to wait around Christmas time.
We will. Hopefully, some good bargains come up.
Wow, exactly. You know what? To be honest, I think Black Friday this year might be a cracker.
Hopefully.
Just quietly, I think I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to start seeing this lower end GPUs coming out around that time.
Do you reckon there'll be like a flood of like refurbished ones? Like miners have mined them out and they've sent them back, been fixed and sent back out again for a good rate?
I reckon there'll be a ton. I reckon, like, at the moment, I'm looking at it, I'm going, wow. People still... Got to remember, the ones that have hit the panic buttons are the ones that... Nero, thanks for following, mate. I just saw that come up. Thanks, brother. Or sister. I'm not sure who Nero is. But thank you for following. It is truly appreciated. Let me go and... Well, hey, let me go and find a... Who dat? Where's my Twitch? Where's my Twitch? Oh, no, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong one.
I forgot what we're talking about now.
Oh, we were saying about cheap GPUs.
Yeah. So I'll keep an eye out for that. Because I suppose that's what you could do if you're a miner and you bought all these GPUs and you can't sell them for a decent rate. You just run them into the ground and send them back and get some new ones. You can sell them with a warranty.
Well, I don't know. I don't know whether you'd want to be doing that.
Yeah.
But thanks for following, Nero. But yeah, there's no message, mate. Feel free to pop a message into the channel. We'd love to see you say good day. But I think those cheap GPUs might be okay.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I think we're going to see, like, at the moment we're seeing a lot, but I think that's what I was saying. There's a flood of people who are doing it, but they're the ones who are either panicked, who invested too late, or they're the ones that are like, or they're the smarter ones that are going, you know what? I've made a bit of money from this. You know what? They're still at a good price. You know what? I'm going to sell them, and I'm going to come out on top out of this because the money I made from the mining and what I'm going to get for my card. You know what? That pays for my free upgrade to a really good GPU. And those are the people. So the ones that are still hanging on are the ones who are really entrenched in that mining culture, or the ones that are like, oh no, I can't. I refuse to accept reality and do not want to go out and lose the money. Like, they don't want to lose money on the graphics cards. They want to make a profit because I think people have been conned into this thing. Oh, that's normal. No, it's never been normal, guys. Selling a GPU has always been at a loss.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever almost made money was when I sold that 2080 Ti. And it popped up as a memory. Apparently, I only did it a year ago.
Oh, wow. I know that'd be about right. That's when
just before COVID hit, I think. Before the lockdown. I had some
the second one.
Yeah. I think it was just before the second one. So,
but yeah, like when they announced that the 3070s are coming out in the 3080s, and now's a good time to get rid of your 2080s. And
well, I remember Moore's Law and Tech Deal said, get rid of them. They're going to halve in price. They're going to be, and I remember at one stage you could get 2080 Ti's under, like, I think around that $700 to $800 mark. There was quite a few, but around 1,000 was about the going rate once the 3080 Ti's came out, the 3080s come out.
Yeah.
What nobody anticipated was a global pandemic, massive shortage of parts, and this absolute insane crypto run that happened, and had people and both Moore's Law and Tech Deals have both openly come out and said, "Whoa, we done messed up. This is not how it normally works."
No.
And it's true. There's no one could have predicted that. It was good sound advice. And I remember Tech Deals put a thing up the other day, and it was a bite-sized tech, and spoke about this is why you buy a card at launch day. Here is a perfect example of what's happening now, where people are being asked to pay double or triple double or triple the going rate for a 3080 or 3090. And he was right. I bought at launch. I took an opportunity. The only thing I regret is I didn't buy I could have got a 6800 XT and a a second 3080 for the win. That's the only regret I have about that is I didn't take the two cards and gone, I'm going to take a gamble here, and I could have doubled my money on those cards and effectively got myself a free card because I would have paid for my 3080. But that's just not me. I'm not kind of, I'll rephrase that. My wife's not that way. She's very risk averse, and I get it. I get it because the thing is, if you're wrong on those things, I mean, that's a lot of money to be thrown down the drain.
It is.
And being wrong. But the good thing is now, but the thing was, I bought mine at launch, and I've thoroughly enjoyed using it. I love my 3080. And you know what? I've got a 2070 that I bought when I sold my 2080 Ti, and I went, you know what? I'm not paying that much for it. And like, I know for a fact, I could now go and put that up, I reckon, for $600, and I'd only take $100 hit on it. But then what do I replace that with?
That's the hard part.
And this is the thing people don't get is, selling a GPU, it's great. Now, if I wanted to be without a GPU in that PC for a while, I could probably pull the 3080 out of my Intel, put that in the AMD system, sell the 2070 for a decent amount of money, put that money away, keep saving my dineros, use the 3080 in the AMD system, and the Intel system will run just off the onboard graphics. Happily do that for streaming or whatever.
Yep.
And then once the prices come down, I could probably then go, you know what? I've got $700 for my card. Guess what? I'm going to pay another $200 and I'm going to get a 3070 Ti, which smashes my 2070. Or by that stage, maybe the next models come out. It's all about, how patient you are and you want to be. All right, now, what have you sent me here, Mr. Eggy?
I just saw a RX 550. I'm not sure what it is. Like, it's a graphics card. It's a 2 gig graphics card. I don't know how good it is, but for $200, that's not bad. But I don't know what it'd play.
I reckon very little.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you, it's a 550.
Yeah.
It's not even 560. So.
Not even a 570. That great.
Yeah, it took a lot of people. They say 570 is like long in the tooth. Even 580. You talk to a lot of people who got 580s, and they're like, yeah, it's long in the tooth. It's like 5-year-old card. Like 8 gigabyte. I'll play.
You can still buy them brand new.
Yeah, you can.
$500, 4 gigs. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good investment. Yeah, it's good spending your money. But yeah, but the problem is, I wonder if this is where our mate gets his stuff from, because he does a lot of BioStar stuff.
He does. I don't think you get it from Mighty Ape, but because Mighty Ape's the gaming thing. I used to get the games through there.
Oh, okay.
For PS4.
Yeah. Look at that, 5800X. It's not a crash hot price. 742 is actually terrible. Wow, they're still selling a 3000G for $150. Yeah, they're not. Oh, the 1650s aren't bad. 1660 Super. Oh, look, I've seen them worse. 688's not horrendous. Still, what'd you pay for yours? The $300, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, I'm like you, mate.
Headers like my RX 580 is still sitting here. If you want to make some money, you'll be able to get rid of it for around $400, I reckon.
Oh yeah, easy hitter. Put it up online, mate. $400 later, mate. It's money in your pocket and probably offsets what you paid for your graphics card. Because didn't he say he had a 3070?
I think he had a problem with that, and we ended up trading it in for a 3060.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So, well, you know what? He could probably sell his 3060 and 30 and 580, combine that money, and probably get himself a 3070 Ti.
Yep. I think he's happy with his 3060 though, because I think he said that he had the problems with the 3070, and then he got the 3060, and it's running smoothly. So
Yeah. It's interesting, man. I'm not sure why. Sort of why that's like usually the Nvidia cards don't tend to have dramas. But anyway, mate, that's all I've got to say. What about yourself? You got anything else you want to add?
No, that's everything I've got to add. Might shoot off and play some Minecraft for an hour.
Oh, fair enough.
Mine some trees and get some materials to build my house.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Mate, you know what? If that gives you joy, I say go for it.
Do you have any interest in playing Minecraft?
I've had a couple. Look, I really should. Oh. For a second, I thought, why is that showing that screen? You know what, mate? I do. Yeah, maybe when we get off, I might go and have a look. I've got it, and Gabe loves it. And I'm thinking, maybe I need to get into it a little bit.
Because we got our own realm, and I'm building my house under Benry's house, and I think Nargrabs is up on the hill. I'm not sure who else is in there at the moment. He just said I bought a stream deck for $209, by the way, on Amazon. Nice.
Well done, brother. Well done. I hope it's the extra. It's the medium size. The 12. I think it's 12 buttons because you got what do you got? You got 9 buttons and then 12 buttons and then you got like them extra buttons. Yeah, just Send a message in chat to there. I'm interested to know which one that is because I have been looking and for my.
It says the medium one.
Yeah. Where are they? Amazon. Online shopping. Where are we? Oh yeah, there we go. Amazon.
217. 15 keys. 217.
Yeah, that's the one. But they. Oh, oops.
You can get a 6-key one for $139.
Let me go and have a look. Shopping list. Because it is permanently in my wish list. Yeah, here it is. The Elgato 15, 217.55 at the moment. But it has gone up in there. I have seen it as low as Hitters seen it, which was 204.
Yep.
So yeah, just my advice is keep a close eye on them, and that's what I'm going to do is when I buy one, it'll be around that $200 mark.
And that's coming from Amazon US.
Yeah, because I've seen, yes, that's the Amazon US, but what? No, it's never been that low. When's it been that low? I reckon since it's been low as $169.99.
Where does it say that?
Oh, I've got the honey extension.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've never seen it that low. If I saw it at 169, let me tell you, mate, my wife can kill me all she wants. Yeah,
maybe in USD.
No, it's in Australian dollars. So interesting. But yeah, if I saw that under $200, it's my birthday present.
Yeah.
As my wife goes, you've got enough birthday presents. You got to bring your pizza. Like, but anyway, it's all right.
Oh yeah, there it is. Honey tips. I see it now. $169.99 low.
So last night, mate, my excitement
over
was
the last 30 days. Even.
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember seeing it for that low.
Maybe it was on like Prime Day or something for a quick hour or something.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it was a flash deal for an hour or something, but mate, I sincerely haven't seen it like that low. But look, at 204, mate, like you go look around in Australian computer stores, not even close.
No.
Like they're significantly more money.
Well, that's just like the Go XLR. Like we saw them coming out of the US for 560. And I haven't even seen them for in Australia for under 650.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, mate, let's wrap her up.
Let's wrap her up.
You can do some Minecrafting. Are we going to raid anyone, or I don't know how many viewers you got. I've got a whole viewer count of 1.
I've got a hitter.
You got a hitter. Hitter.
Do you want to raid? Do you want to raid anyone, hitter, or do you want to raid yourself? Can
we raid you, hitter? Can we?
Well, I could raid you and you could raid me. And then we could end it on that.
Who's this?
In case you can raid my fridge for food, that's about it.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. All right. Let's see. Is there anyone on that we might want to raid? What about our mate Noi? Is he on?
No. There's Mighty Miguel.
Yeah, let's do that. Why not?
All
right. What's his thing? Mighty
_ Miguel.
Mighty.
Oh shit! Might hear him.
_ Miguel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
MIGAL.
Here we go. All right, and then I've got to end the stream on my end in in OBS. Oh, look what I've done already.
Oh no, we raided them on a 24-hour stream and he's having a sleep.
Oh, is he? Oh, well. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. At least that's 2 extra viewers for him. All right, mate. I'm going to end it here. I will... we'll probably keep chatting when we get off. Yep. But anyway, adios, people. Peace out. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this after the live stream, love to see you on the stream live. Come and chat to us and interact. And that's what we want to see. Really would love to see that happening more on certainly the Flip and Spuds channel. I know Eggy's got a couple of people who are very generous and come on his channel and chat away. So come join us. Come check us out. Live 8:30 Tuesday nights. Most Tuesday nights unless something goes wrong. But most Tuesday nights we're here at 8:30, guys.